Greetings world. We are anonymous.
American briefing papers provided to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, MOFA, ahead of tomorrow's unexpected and planned meeting between Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov and U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson in Washington, D.C. contains a stunning document titled Proposal: Rebuilding from North Korea Attack. A path back to morality that strongly suggests the United States is inviting/urging a catastrophic attack upon their nation in order so it can be rebuilt to reflect its nearly lost Christian values. Last week, when Foreign Minister Lavrov was preparing for his Arctic Council meeting this week with U.S. Secretary of State Tillerson to be held in Fairbanks, Alaska, President Donald Trump, on the 2nd of May, personally called President Putin to request that Lavrov first stop in Washington, D.C. for a secret/private meeting, and that the U.S. State Department sent supporting documents to the Federation to demonstrate the critical importance of. Interesting to note was that, when the MOD released this information in the Kremlin just hours ago, China reported that it was now conducting live fire drills and weapons tests in the northeastern Bohai Sea close to the Korean Peninsula, and Lieutenant General Viktor Parsnik here issued a warning that the U.S. is surrounding Russia and China with missile defense systems in order to launch a sudden nuclear strike and prevent any retaliation. What this MOD report does contain, though, is a chilling assessment of North Korea's nuclear arsenal and attack plans upon the United States that the American people have not ever been told the truth about. Not being told to the American people about the grave threat they are now facing from North Korea is how very simple and easy it is to make an atomic bomb, with the hardest part being able to obtain/manufacture the radioactive elements, uranium/plutonium, needed, but that even young teenage schoolboys, David Hond and Jamie Edwards, in both the United States and United Kingdom, were able to make by building their own nuclear reactors. With North Korea, at the very least, being reported to have enough plutonium to make 10 atomic bombs. This report explains, it's important to remember that just 25 pounds of this radioactive substance surrounded by 100 pounds of TNT is enough to create a 10-kiloton miniaturized atomic bomb, and is exactly what North Korean leader Kim Jong-un revealed to the world last year his nation had. Though America's propaganda mainstream media has failed to inform their citizens of this catastrophic atomic bomb possessed by North Korea, the same cannot be said of Western military leaders, including South Korean Defense Minister Kim Kwon-hyun, in 2011, making a rare admission that North Korea had produced a lighter nuclear device. In 2013, North Korea detonating a miniaturized nuclear device with greater explosive force in an underground test. In 2014, the U.S. military commander in South Korea, General Curtis Capardi, stating that North Korea had the ability to miniaturize nuclear warheads for the purpose of putting them on a ballistic missile. And just last year, in 2016, Admiral William Gortney, commander of the U.S. Northern Command, warning that North Korea now had the ability to miniaturize a nuclear warhead and mount it on an ICBM that could reach the United States. To how North Korea has deployed its simply made miniaturized atomic bombs for an attack on the United States, is by its Pakukong-1 submarine-launched ballistic missiles, but that the West wasn't concerned about due to their belief that they could always track North Korean submarines. That is, until 2015, when up to 50 North Korean submarines suddenly disappeared from being able to tracked, and that only have to get within 600 miles away from America's shores to launch their sub-based atomic missiles. Equally to be feared as North Korea's submarine-based atomic bomb missiles are its Kwangmyongsong 3 Unit 2 and Kwangmyongsong 4 satellites orbiting over America daily that are now believed to be holding miniature atomic bomb devices too, with Western experts now warning that North Korea is preparing to detonate them over America in what are called EMP blasts to cripple the vital infrastructure of the U.S. Even though North Korea can inflict catastrophic and crippling damage on the United States with the detonation of just 9 of their miniaturized atomic bombs, the only areas that will be harmed are those in the western and eastern coastal regions of the U.S., all of whom are violently opposed to President Trump. So violently opposed to President Trump are these people living in the western coastal regions of America. Shocking new information coming from the United States is showing that his leftist communist enemies are now chanting "Hail Satan" at city and village meetings, with their claiming abortion is our sacrament and further shouting "We love Lucifer," and that is chillingly spreading to this nation's heartland, where it's also being reported that a small village in Minnesota is now preparing to erect America's first public satanic temple monument. Even more chilling to President Trump and the tens of millions of Americans who support him, are United States communist leftist scientists now proclaiming that Christians are brain-damaged crazy people, though the U.S. supplied document titled "Proposal: Rebuilding from North Korea Attack, a Path Back to Morality" remains more highly classified than this general report allows the mentioning of. Amod intelligence experts do note in their conclusions that should President Trump, his Vice President Mike Pence, and his generals allow North Korea to destroy his leftist communist enemies' strongholds along the western and eastern coastal regions of America, he would, indeed, be able to restore Christianity throughout America, and that they may be planning to even sooner now, since South Korea just elected a president who favors negotiating with the North, instead of going to war.